Hi, my name is Malika, and I am dreaming of a new world. Dreaming, forever dreaming of a world full of love and freedom and justice. Grieving my parents' transition required a deep level of hope and imagination, the kind of hope and imagination that I think we as a collective need in this current moment. When my parents passed away, I kept asking God, why? Why me? Why now? Why us? Why? And I don't know that I have answers just yet. Lord, this grad school thing got me tired. I don't know that I have answers just yet, but I imagine that I'm in the process of getting some answers. Because in this moment, I feel called to support and guide people in cultivating a joy practice, a rest practice, so that we have the capacity to dream of a world beyond this current moment. So today I offer a few insights into my grief journey and how I have come to make meaning of my own personal future, but our collective future as well. I had to redefine success and what success means to me. I started my career as a management consultant. Even a few steps before that, I was in investment banking. And I was convinced that I was going to be CEO, CFO, C, insert different letters of a Fortune 500 company. I was convinced, and you could not tell me otherwise. But after my parents passed away and I became fully aware of what it would take to get to that position and the parts of me that I would have to sacrifice, it no longer seemed appealing, but I also lost my sense of identity. Everything that I had done up until that moment was in pursuit of that job, that role, that position. So redefining success for myself has looked like people feeling loved and seen when they're with me in a world that is so impersonal, that is so dehumanizing. It is an honor and a privilege to hold space where people feel seen. I feel like I am owning my role in creating the world that I want to be part of. At least I'm trying to. I'm not great at it all the time, but there's the intention. I say this knowing that it has been a journey to get to this point. And if you know me, you know that I write a lot. It is incredible that I have not written a book yet or a memoir or anything, which maybe that'll be my next project for the next transformative leadership class. I want to share a couple of passages from previous journals. I have a bunch here, so we may not get to all of them, but I want to offer the voice of past Malika and how she was making sense and meaning of her new reality. And the hope is that maybe some of this can help us in this moment. Woo! When will I know rest? When I choose it. Okay, I'm going to read a couple of passages. And yeah, I hope they resonate. So I'm going to try to go in chronological order. So, oops. And I'll show you the design because I think a lot of my journals are really, really cute. So this one is from August 2020. And I have a couple of pages that is just bar after bar after bar. I don't think that I am the originator of these quotes. And unfortunately, Past Malika didn't write down who did come up with these. Maybe I did. I don't know. Some of these don't sound like me. One that I'll off, couple of quotes that I'll offer from here. No matter the age, vulnerability is how you make new friends, and intentionality is how you maintain them. Now, I am obsessed with Dr. Sean Jin Wright's The Four Pivots. And in the chapter on shifting from transactional to transformative relationships, Dr. G talks about care, belonging, and vulnerability as being like the core pillars to make that possible. And y'all, we got to get vulnerable. And I know it's painful, and I know the society demonizes the spaces in which we could do that. But we have to get real. We have to give of ourselves in order to connect to our truest humanity. We have to, we have to, we have to. And honestly, that kind of sets us up well for this other quote in this journal. So that was August 2020. This was December 2020, and we all know how 2020 was. I did a reading, and something that surfaced in the reading was that saying what's on the surface is not enough. Saying what is on the surface is not enough. We can't small talk our way into meaningful connection. We have to be vulnerable. We have to go deep. That is how I moved through my grief process, by getting into the weeds of grief with the people that I trusted the most. And trust is a very interesting, unique thing. I'll tell you that. But for us to cultivate the richness that can exist within relationships, we have to be willing to get real about who we are, about the experiences that made us, and go beneath the surface. Okay. This Next one. I'm like, there's so many things on here. I'm like, which one did I want to talk about? Oh, okay. So this is from August 2021. The world is opening up a little bit more. We're outside. Rah, rah, woo, woo. I made a note to take your pleasure and passion seriously and be open to how ooh, take your pleasure and passion seriously and be open to how it expresses itself. You'll find people who are doing what you love and make it work for them. So many of us have been conditioned out of the things that we find enjoyable. And we have a society full of people who are cranky because they're living a life that is not aligned to who they actually are because they've been conditioned to fit a particular mold that only seems to benefit capitalism and not the people. You have to be relentlessly committed to the things that bring you joy. I cannot emphasize that enough. In times like the ones we're in right now, where everything is on fire and the powers that be are trying as hard as possible to dim our collective light, you have to be deeply committed, deeply committed to the things that bring you pleasure. I love dancing. I dance all the time, and I'm gonna keep dancing because my mama danced. And when she was nearing her deathbed, she was still dancing, still singing, and still expressing joy. Do not let them take your joy. Do not. It may feel awkward in the beginning because it's just like, oh my God, does this feels kind of good? Am I allowed to feel this? Yes. It is your birthright. Commit to your pleasure. Commit to your passions. The next bit that I'll share is from April 2022. And this one's a little bit more personal, but I'll share it anyways. I have a gift for translating emotions and experiences into words people can relate to and feel seen by. People just want to be seen and have their experiences validated. I can feel people's pain. I remember feeling very uncomfortable around my mom because I could physically feel her struggling to swallow a pill. There's no way I'd survive as a doctor. I think I was called in that direction for the healing aspect. My dad advised against it because I'd always be around people who are sick. But that's what I'm built for, to help people move through pain within. It has truly been a calling to heal. And I've been denying it, I've been neglecting it, I've been stuck in this machine of capitalism, thinking the only way that I could survive is by climbing up the corporate ladder or doing something of that sort. But my gift to you, my gift to humanity is my capacity to hold space. And that is no small thing given the times that we're in. But 3, 4 years later, the sentiment remains. And so this is an invitation to look within your heart, see, notice if there's anything that has been calling to you, and allow yourself to indulge in the journey, because people are waiting for you to step into your gifts, into your power. Just an invitation. Okay, this is the last one that I'll share. And I think this one resonates with me. Continue. Past Malika was on to some things, I'll tell you that. So this is from October 2022. At this point, I had been laid off for the second time in 2 years. And this is when I decided that, you know what, the life that I had been living isn't working for me anymore. I need to do something different. So I'll share this bit. I write, I would love to have a family where the strength of my love is not also fighting the might of my grief. I would love to have, and as I'm reading it back, I might even say, I would love to build, create a family where the strength of my love is not also fighting the might of my grief. And when I take that idea of strength of love versus the might of grief and expand that to a collective perspective, it is my prayer and it is my hope that our love for life and the respect and honor that we give to human life can outshine the evils of greed and power over. We are in a transition period here in the West where people are gaining clarity onto what works and what doesn't work and who it works for. So it is my prayer and it is my hope that in time, if we continue to be intentional about our relationships and if we go beneath the surface and we are open to being vulnerable and we are open to moving from transactional to transformative relationships, it is my hope, it is my prayer that the love that we have for humanity can outshine and I don't want to say overpower because that's not the framing that I want to use, but outshine greed and envy and jealousy and all these heavy emotions, outshine the shame that we have been conditioned to carry so that we can be moved towards certain actions and behaviors and mindsets and habits that push a capitalist agenda forward, that push individualism over collectivism. These are my dreams that I have just shared with you today. And we have a lot of work to do, but it is a labor of love And it is not, we are more than capable of bringing this dream to life. We are. The first step is to believing that we are. And I hope to be part of your journey. I hope to walk alongside you in this work in whatever way makes the most sense. If it's through these videos, if it's through my workshops or my coaching, or we dance together, dance into the night. Because I believe that we can build a world that is full of love and justice and compassion. And I'm inviting you to come build it with me. So until then, bye for now.